Hello guys, welcome back. Today is 74th day of our 100 days of challenge of Adobe, and today we are going to make this. So let's get started. So here we are in After Effects. Firstly, I have make a new composition named Paper Cut. Its settings are 1920 by 1080, 24 frame rate and 5 seconds. I'll create a new solid, name it as fractal. Now apply the fractal noise effect to it. Okay, now increase its contrast greater than something 200 like this. Also increase its size greater than 200. Now add a posterize effect, apply it on the below the fractal noise and make it posterize 8, or we can just make a new adjustment, rename it as cuts. Let's cut the posterize effect, press Ctrl X to cut it and paste on this adjustment layer. Now search for fast blur, apply it above the posterize and increase its blurriness to something like this, and click on the repeat edge pixels to get that rid of these black edges. You can always change the value. This seems perfect for me. Now select the both of the layers, recompose them, name them as fractal map. Okay, now select the fractal map. Let's search for color key, apply it on the fractal map, select the darkest color, make the tolerance 1, and now if you on the layer transparency, you can see the black is gone, but we need to invert it. So search for invert, apply it below the color key, and you can change its value to luminance, or we can just keep it RGB. And if you now on the grid, or you can just isolate if you on the grid. Now you can see okay, let's turn it to alpha, and now you can see we have left only the black. Now we have 8 layers done in fractal noise. Here in cuts we have 8 level of posterize, so we need to duplicate this fractal map 8 times. So firstly deselect the invert, for now select the fractal map and duplicate it 8 times. 2 more time. Now here we have the black selected, select the second one and select the second darkest color, this. For the third one, select this For fourth, select this. For fifth, this. Select the layer as we have the 8 different color ranges. For the seventh one, select this, and for the eighth one, select the white. And now if you isolate each layer, as you can see, we have 8 different layers of each. So that's what we needed to give a shadow to it. Now right click, create a new adjustment, rename it as control. Select the control adjustment layer, or delete it, make a new null object and name it as control. Select the control layer, go to effects, go to expression controls, add a slider control, duplicate it one more time, press Ctrl D to duplicate it. Now search again for angle control, apply it below the slider control, select the first slider control, press enter to rename it and rename it as distance. Select the second slider control, enter, rename it as software. Now select the first fractal map, search for shadow and apply the drop shadow to it. Now go to drop shadow, hold alt and add a keyframe on direction, distance and softness. Now select the control layer, click on this lock effect here. This will lock the effects control on the fractal map control layer. If you click on the fractal map, it will not change here. So select the direction, equip tool and apply it on the angle control. For the distance, apply it to the distance slider control. For softness, apply it to the softness. Sorry, I named it software. Now you can minimize, and now if you increase this distance value, it will actually change the distance of the shadow from here from the control. Also it will change the angle. Firstly select the fractal. Now unlock the effects and control, select the fractal map, select the drop shadow, press Ctrl C. Now select below all the fractal maps and press Ctrl V. And now if you increase the distance of slider, it will increase the shadow of all. Let's make the direction something like this. Let's increase the softness also to a large value like 50. Also increase the distance just a little bit. Now you can see we have this terrain effect, same as like we have created in Photoshop. In Illustrator, in previous days videos, we are also going to control the detail from the control null object. So firstly we need to add a slider control. Again here press Ctrl D, rename it as detail. Second one, rename it as random. Now drag this layer panel something up, select the fractal comp, holding it drag it below here. It will make 2 comps. Select the control, add a lock again here. Now go to fractal. Before locking it, let's just unlock it one more time. Now select the cut, add a keyframe on blurriness, alt and add a keyframe on blurriness. Same for the fractal also. Go to evolution option, hold alt and add a keyframe on random seed. Now select the control here, lock the effects, select the random seed pick whip tool and apply it on the random slider. Go up, select the blurriness pick whip tool, apply it on the detail. Now let's just drag the fractal comp back again to up here, and as you can see we have this back because the detail slider is controlled here. So now if you increase the detail value here, it will change the fractal noise fast blur value in this composition because we have pick whipped it here. So just increase the value. You can also change the position random seeds like this as you feel great, which scene seems perfect for you. I'm going to change it, need something dark shadows again. Okay, this seems perfect. You can change the blur value more. This is the blur value which we have equipped here. Let's increase some dark shadows. Yeah, perfect. Now come to our main paper cut comp, unlock the effects control. We can increase the fast blur. Yeah, fine. Now going to color it, make a new adjustment layer, search for Vibrance. It's a free plugin from Video Copilot, VC Color Vibrance. I will give the link in description, go and download it. Apply it on the adjustment layer, change the color as you wish. I am making it something like this. Take it something down. Okay, let's just make something more orange. Now type for curves, apply it below the VC color vibrance, increase the contrast little bit. Let's add some blue in it in the shadows like this. Perfect. Now let's just control its evolution. Now let's add a depth of field firstly. Again go to layer, new adjustment layer, right click on it, rename depth of field, take it below the adjustment layer. Now search for optics, apply optics compensation to it, and now increase the field of view. As you can see, if we take the value in minus, so you can reverse the lens distortion. We have also used optic compensation in our previous video. It will give a zoom effect like this. So go to 2 seconds, increase the, add a keyframe to it, go to second 1 and increase the optic compensation to something like greater value like 40 or 50, and now you can see we have this little zoom effect. Let's increase the value up to 52. Yeah, we can also add the keyframes on the distance and softness. Add a keyframe on both, go to second 1 or 0, make the values 0 for both. Now you can see we have this cool looking effect here. So now select the adjustment layer here, and we can just cut the optic compensation from here and apply it on the adjustment layer below here, and let's just add a camera lens blur on the depth. Let's select the blur map to fractal map any of the composition. and let's just now increase the blur focal distance. And select the placement to luminance, channel to luminance. Let's try to increase the blur radius. Now you can see if you increase the blur radius, the black areas are getting blurred more and the white areas are blurring less because of the blur map is fractal map. You can also invert it like this. White could be more blurred and black will be clear, so we don't need it. Keep it as it is. Don't forget to click on repeat edge pixels. Now let's just decrease the blur radius just a little bit. Fine for now. Let's animate this also. Go to second 2, add a keyframe on blur radius, go to second 1 and make the blur radius to 0. Now we will have this blur effect and the optic compensation effect at the same time. Okay, let's drag this optic compensation effect from here because we cut the effect from this depth of layer, that's why. Now we have this cool effect. We can animate it as like I have animated in video. If you also if you need to add text in here, so just go to fractal map. Let's minimize these properties. Select the fractal map, go to new solid, name it as black, drag it below the cuts, go to ellipse tool, select the black solid and add a mask as you wish. And now you can see when we add mask, the effect is automatically applied on it like this. Now you can animate this mask as you wish. Now let's add a text between here. So make a new text layer, name it as you wish. I am renaming as MJ. It's my initial name on my WhatsApp and other things. So increase it a little bit and drag it below the cuts. Now you can see it's blurring too much, so select the cuts, press D to duplicate it, delete the posterize effect. Okay, let's delete the fast blur effect on the top layer and the posterize effect from the below layer. Now you can see the posterize and fast blur are different. Now drag the text layer up from the fast blur. Now you can see it will have only the posterize effect but not the fast blur. So let's apply our own fast blur to this text layer. And now if you increase the value here, you can give individual fast blur values to the text layer. Now you can see in main layer like this, you have its own fractal noise. You can also animate the here. Let's make a new null object. I will tell how to animate it. Let's press P for position, go to black solid. Before black solid go to fractal, go to transform, alt click on the offset turbulence, select the pick-whip tool from here and drag it up to the position of null. Okay, now select the black solid, pick-whip it to the null object, same for the text layer also. And now if we move the null object, you can move the whole composition like this and it will animate. Now let's just do one thing. Select this solid, let's animate it like this. Press M to open it mask path. You can just after 4 seconds add a keyframe on mask path, go to second 1, and before animating it, let's animate the null position. Go to second 4 again, animate the position of null, go to second 1 and take it outside the composition. Now select the black solid path, or you can animate it like this. Select this point and animate it like this. You can increase it, but I am going to make another solid to animate a path like this. Make a solid, let's add some points to it like this. Like this, drag it below to the cuts layer. Now you can have this path animation. So press M to open mask path, add keyframe 4. Let's drag these points something like here. We don't need too much black area. At second 4, let's just make it like something this. Add a keyframe on mask path, go to first frame, select these points, drag them all the way out. And now as you can see, we have animated the path. It's animating like a wave is going from the terrain like this. You can animate in between also, and at final frame we will just increase the black main solid this, add a keyframe on 4 seconds, and at end of the video let's just make it bigger like this. Let's just make it something like a circle. We can also animate the size. Press S, go to 4 seconds, add a keyframe on scale of the text layer at the last. Let's just increase a little bit and go to our main composition. Now you can see we have cool looking animation, like the path is going to here as you have seen in the video. So that's it for today. Hope you have learned something. If yes, then don't forget to like the video. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe the channel, and also don't forget to like the videos of Inktober 2020. So let's meet tomorrow again. Till then, stay safe, take care and keep watching the channel.